This video is going to take a look at the calculation of free cash flow from a financing perspective. Our formula is right up there at the top, and it's free cash flow from a financing perspective equals change in interest-bearing debt plus change in common stock minus interest minus dividends. So let's tackle the first piece of that, which is change in interest-bearing debt. Our interest-bearing debt is going to include both short-term notes payable and long-term debt. So for the most recent year, we're going to go down and pick up our notes payable of $1,400, and we're going to add in our long-term debt of $950 for a total of $2,350. Let's do that again for the prior year, which is let's get rid of that. Notes payable of $400 plus our long-term debt of $1,000 for a total of $1,400. Our change is simply equal to our most recent year minus our prior year, or $950. Let's take a look at what happened with common stock, see if there were any changes there. Our most recent year of common stock shows $4,000 worth of common stock. Our prior year shows $2,000. So we issued stock during the year. To calculate our change, we simply take our most recent year minus our prior year, or $2,000. Next, we pick up our interest, and that's going to come from our income statement. And we're also going to pick up our dividends, and that's also over here. It's not actually part of the income statement, but that's where, in this particular case, it's disclosed. So our free cash flow from a financing perspective is simply equal to our change in interest-bearing debt plus our change in stock minus our interest paid minus our dividends paid. And it is $2,900, which is exactly what we would have predicted from our earlier video. What does this mean? This means that we had to go out and raise money in order to support our operations and our changes in our balance sheet. So we borrowed an additional $950 from the bank, and we issued $2,000 more in stock. We used part of that money that we raised to pay our interest, which was $50, and had we paid out any dividends, that would have also used up some of it. But in this particular case, we raised $2,950. We used $50 of it for interest, leaving us with $2,900 to support our operations and asset activity.